Well, Canada is home to so many beautiful lakes and rivers. We're bordered by 3 oceans, but while they look picture perfect from land, ever wonder what's lurking beneath? The view, it's not always as pretty, and our next guest knows it all too well. Sean McMullen is a professional photographer who reignited his love for diving over the course of the pandemic. He's now making it his mission to clean up what other people have tossed out: bottles, clay pipes, even the occasional gun, you name it, he's probably found it. Sean McMullen is joining us from dry land this morning in Halifax. Great to have you on the show. Sean, this all started with this photo your dad took in July 2020. This went viral. It's you showcasing your findings at Peggy's Cove. I mean, there's everything there. There's boots, there's bottles. I feel like there's a kitchen sink in there as well. So how did all this start?
It all started during the early days of the pandemic. Like many other people, I was at home, bored out of my mind, and I needed something to do. And we couldn't. There wasn't a lot you could do back in those days. So I went on Facebook Marketplace, bought a wetsuit, and just got my old fins and my gear from my parents' place. And then I went into the northwest arm of Halifax and pulled out some bottles. And I just remembered how much I loved doing this. As a kid, it was a childhood kind of passion of mine that came back as an adult.
A childhood passion, but listen, you've got a long family history with the water. You've got a family story that gives me goosebumps. It involves a ticket for the Titanic and your great-grandfather, Isaac McMullen. What's the story there?
Yeah, so he had a ticket for the Titanic, and they were from Northern Ireland. And his father, being deeply religious, when it came out that they said that God couldn't sink the ship, they just thought that was blasphemous. So he told Isaac that he wasn't going to be on this ship. So Isaac gave up his ticket, and he would have been a third-class passenger. And as history has shown, many of the men who were third-class passengers unfortunately died in the Titanic tragedy.
So he survived. He went on, obviously, to give way to your life and the work that you're now doing in the water. So let's talk about what you're finding. I've seen your videos of dolls. That's the weirdest thing under the water. What's it like for you when you see something like that?
I don't like seeing anything humanoid underwater, so knock on wood, I've never found a body, but I've got contacts with the RCMP. It was like, what do I do if that happens? But thankfully, I've not. But Cabbage Patch dolls are pretty close to being the freakiest thing I've found. Yeah.
Oh, just wow. Look at these pictures here. They're like, what's that, an owl? There's bowls. Obviously, a lot of trash is ending up in the water, and you're pulling all of that out. I imagine it's equal parts gratifying to be able to clean it up, but also frustrating to see the amount of stuff that's in the water.
It is, and it's really opened my eyes to any body of water that I, go to. I just know now that there's going to be stuff in it, and it can look picturesque, like, the Peggy's Cove. It's iconic, but that cove in there is just full of stuff, just like many rivers and lakes and other fishing coves across Nova Scotia. But it also has led to some really cool things that I found as well.
So you also had the chance to, obviously with the work you're doing, get to promote it through, you've done interviews with CTV National, but you also got to be on Conan OBrien's podcast.
I did, yeah. That was a surreal experience. I still can't believe that I can say I was a guest on Conan. I've been a fan of his since, the 2000s, watching late night TV. So when his team reached out back in late November, early December, I thought it was like a spam email. And it turns out it wasn't, so I got to meet his producers, and everyone there was so nice. And then all of a sudden, I was talking to Conan, and he's saying my name, and we're laughing, and it was just an incredible experience.
Oh my gosh, Sean, that's really cool. Hey, listen, thanks for the content online, because it's great to follow along, but thanks for the work you're doing to help clean up our water as well.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I love doing it, and I'll do it as long as I'm able.
Hey, thanks for watching. If you liked this, be sure to subscribe here, or you can check out more Your Morning videos right here.